You know, so many people said we wouldn't make it, and it's really every one they need to them. You know.
Meet me at the bookstore, baby. Meet me at the bookstore.
The inspiration for the name of A Great Good Place for Books comes from Ray Oldenburg's book, The Great Good Place.
And it says there are three places in our lives: the home, there's the home, the work, and then the third place is the Great Good Place.
Located in Montclair Village, A Great Good Place for Books is a small, independent bookstore owned by Kathleen Caldwell. More than simply a bookstore, A Great Good Place, or GGP, is a keystone of the Montclair community. The bookstore has a constant flow of faithful customers coming in to buy books or just to chat with Kathleen, who greets many by name. Small, neat, and densely packed with hand-selected books, GGP is welcoming, cozy, and obviously successful. How has GGP survived through the recession and the rising popularity of ebooks? As stores like Borders close and independent booksellers drop like flies, what is the Great Good Place secret? One threat to the survival of the independent bookstore is the electronic book, more commonly known as the ebook. Ebooks have risen dramatically in popularity over the last few years. Amazon released a report in January of 2011 stating that they sold more ebooks than paperback books for the first time ever. Fortunately for GGP, although ebooks are cheaper to produce and cheaper to read, they still have drawbacks, including their short shelf life and impersonal feeling.
We have to sell ebooks. We don't have a choice at this point. There are still some of us, like me, that, you know, the idea of not having a physical book drives them crazy. Also, you know, with like an e-reader, like a Kindle or something, you can't read in the bathtub. Unless you want to electrocute yourself if you drop it. So, I mean, that's the risk you take with an e-reader. You know, a book, they just get a little warped. But they're still readable after you've dropped them in the bathtub.
The current recession poses another considerable danger to stores like GGP. The effects of the economy are apparent at the Emeryville Borders as they are at countless other Borders stores across the country. Despite a wide range of products for sale and cheaper prices than many independent bookstores, Borders has not made a profit since 2006, and in 2011 they are finally closing shop. Even as they close, however, they thwart small bookstores like GGP with their going out of business sales. Meanwhile, at A Great Good Place for Books, the contrast to the chaos at Borders is striking. GGP hosts authors to come read excerpts, has over 60 book groups, tailors displays to recommendations of staff members, and always has delicious cookies available. The secret to their amazing success is
community.
I wouldn't want a bookstore that wasn't a part of the community. I really believe in donating to the different communities and the different schools. The more the merrier is kind of my theory.
The place is very active and supportive of the community. It's a community store. It feels that like this is responsive to the adult readers and the children readers in this community, and they're also very involved in making the community a good place to live.
To combat her own economic troubles, Kathleen has to get creative.
Really marketing outside the box. I stopped doing a paper newsletter and I only do an e-newsletter. If you guys are on Facebook, you'll notice that we're very, very active. The store is very active on Facebook. Jake, who works here, she was complaining that I gave her too many hours at Christmas, so I did a campaign on Facebook to buy her a hammock to put in the loft. And we had people who came in and donated money for the hammock. I have to do things to make money, but there's some things that I can devote to make people happy.
The difference between this bookstore and the bigger chain bookstores is that the people here aren't just working here just for a job. They work here and they work here to be nice and to they have the community. They're involved in everything.
It's evident that Kathleen and all the people she works with, they love books.
I get a lot of personal quality service here. The people that work here are almost invariably very intelligent and knowledgeable about books. And when I tell them what I want, they almost invariably find something that works for me. And I have to say, I'm very particular, and I've never really had that experience anywhere else. They're really book people. They know books. And
people come in just to talk to Kathleen. She's always building ties. It's just kind of her thing.
Although GGP has modernized to change with the times, they continue to provide great service to their loyal customers. Though many small bookstores are closing, we are hopeful that GGP is here to stay, and so is Kathleen.
I hope it's here for a long time. I always say that this was my dream that I didn't really know was my dream. I always knew I wanted to do something, and I wasn't quite sure what. And then when this was pretty much happened, I just think, I pray that we're here for another 10, 15, 20 years.
Meet me at the bookstore, baby. Meet me at the bookstore. Meet me at the bookstore, baby.